Today we are going to take a look at the current state of Armory and whether or not it is worth to invest into. As you probably know, the Armory has been released nearly a year ago, and with that there has not been much changes since we had the 3 limited edition skins, the Deagle, the XM and now the M4, and there has been one collection update, with the train collection being added and the fever case being introduced. But now, as there's expectation on the CS scene of some big updates and big changes that might be coming, but we don't know when. With Valve, it could be in a month, but it could be in 3 months. Overall, I would say it will be something big should release until the end of the year. And as we know, the Armory is here to stay, so therefore it could be very well connected to it. With the M4A1S Solitude hype kinda ending, as we can see, its prices are now going down. The return on investments is still over 100%, but it's rapidly decreasing as it was around 200 at one point. With only the factory new being profitable, the minimal oil is closing on to break even, and the rest is just pure loss. I wouldn't invest into these anymore. There has been so many of them opened in the first few weeks, and there is a lot of them. So unless you got one of the good patterns in some really good condition, meaning factory new or minimal wear, it's not really worth it. For the other things we got in the Armory, we got the collections, with the Sports and Fear collection still being above 100% unboxing, return of investment and runners being below. But these are kind of fake news, as most of the return comes from the M401S Fate, and unless you have hundreds of stars, your chances of getting it are low. As you can see, it's 1 in 781, and you need 4 stars to open it, so for your 1 Armory pass you get 10 openings. You are nowhere close to it unless you are very lucky. So if it would me, I wouldn't be opening these if you got any stars. Overall, if you got any stars, for now I wouldn't be opening anything. I would be saving them for what could be coming. There's been some rumors going on Twitter with people starting to do that, some of them being skins creators for CS that might have some information. Maybe they are just teasing us, but still I think it's a really good thing to save, because when, for example, the fever case were added, if you had many stars, you could have just insta-bought them and sell them as soon as you could. You would have profit really highly, and you can do so with what could be possibly coming next. So I don't think there is any point in buying this thing for stars now. A lot of them are purchasable with just money from third parties at like really low prices. And if we think about what could be being removed from the Armory, we have the train collection that's definitely staying. We have the fever case that's definitely staying as well. So it could be the gallery case, the other 3 collections, both charm collections, and both sticker collections. So we are going to look at those more today. As I already said, the most interesting, even on the based on the return from unboxing, is the Sports and Fees collection, mainly because of the M4 being super hype skin. If you wanna invest into this, as the trades ups don't really matter because this can be only in minimal wear and factory new, you can invest in a lot of these like lower tier skins, buy like hundreds of them for very cheap, and if it gets removed, people will start trade upping, prices will go up, and you can profit there. But that's like a long term and slightly risky strategy because you are betting on it being removed. There might be only one collection being removed, and we don't know which of the 3 would it be. So we are risking that. The other 2 collections are in the same position, just pretty much being the worst of it, because the M4 is the best skin out of this collection. The Overpass even is in souvenir packages, so you can get these skins by other means in the souvenir variant. So these are not as good in my opinion. So I would stay away from all of these. That brings us to the other things, which are the charms, the missing links and small arms charms, which are in a really unique spot because we didn't have anything like this. The people are really polarized around them, whether you should buy them or not, because like they are not consumable rice. But well, agents are also not consumable, and we know what's happening to their prices right now. So I think these could be a really good investment in the long term. Uh, Especially like some of them, I don't think these lower ones will beat. Like they are all the same pretty much. You only have them if you wanna have something on the gun and you really don't care about it. So there is like not much for it. But from this collection, I think the AK diecast can be really nice, especially in the rare patterns, in the golds, in the reds, in the blues. The semi-precious, same thing, and the two gold knives, obviously. And from the Missing Link collection, it's pretty much the similar stories, the reds and the pinks. There are some interesting purples in the rare patterns could be valuable, but I'm not sure how much. There has been quite a lot of these and not much demand. There has been some of the hot sauces that are demanded if you have them in the Coke patterns, which are like full red. But that's like all. So I think this would be a good change to invest, especially if you have the rare patterns and the rare pieces like the red ones or the pink ones. I think these are a really good investment in the long term. And the same thing goes for the stickers, because uh, as there's been this snapshot in the beginning of May, it's kind of old now, but it's still kind of relevant. Most of the money, most of the start has been poured into the collections and into the cases. If you look at the both the links, charms, and the stickers, there has been not many purchases, and especially with the stickers, the application rates have been really high. For example, when we look at these elemental crafts, all of these bolt strike, bolt energies have been applied, all of these fires have been applied to make the fake hollow crafts. The rainbow route have been really popular. All of these purple falls have been popular, and the red ones have been popular. So more than half of this collection have been applied on many guns. That's why the returns are still so good in this collection, and that's why I think it's a really good idea to invest into these. Even if they wouldn't be removed with the next Armory update, their prices are going to go up at the towards the end of the Premier season, or when the 90 days from for the M41 Solitude is going to come to an end, because that's where people are going to expect there to be change. The same thing happened last time. For example, when we look here, this is the price graph for the Ball Charge 4, and here around the middle of July there was the end of season 2 of and beginning of the season 3 of the Premier, and we can see that the prices spiked really high in the expectation of it, even a bit sooner here. The prices have been going up, and then as there was no armory change regarding these stickers, they crashed back down. So the same thing is going to be happening right now, I think, or the prices are slowly going to be increasing towards the end of the season or towards the removal of the M41 Solitude and towards the 1 year anniversary, let's call it, of the armor as a whole. Even though, as we know, Valve, they are not going to do anything on the 1 year anniversary, they are going to do something when they have it ready. And I have the Ruby Wave here as well, that did pretty much the similar thing. Towards the end of June, beginning of July, the prices went up. Then, when there was nothing, they crashed back down. But now they are increasing in price because, like, the supply is getting lower and lower. The demand is still pretty high. So yeah, overall the application rates of these stickers have been pretty high, and I think they are a really good investment. Same thing is for the other collection, the character craft collections. The problem with this one is there's not as many obvious sticker crafts and obvious choices like the flex and reboot die have been the popular ones from the blues. The taste buddy with the heart if you fully scratch it is really popular. It's one of the driver of this collection, and the googly eye has been really good as well. But for the others, I don't know. They have not been as popular. Like some of them are cool, like the mustache can, for example, work, but they haven't show their full potential yet. But like the taste buddy is already pushed high, but it will go higher once it get discontinued. Same for the googly eye. The flex ribbon tie, if they don't get forgotten, same for them, but the supply will be much bigger there. So what I would do is investing to the higher rarities from the hollows and foils and the lenticular ones in both collections. I think those are the best opportunities, even though here I think there are opportunities even in the blue ones, but it might take longer for them to gain some prices. The supply there will be much higher. But here the rainbow route, all of these foils, and both of these red ones, the revive being the better one and the more popular one. I think those are the best possible investment you could make into the armory now, and that's what I'm going to do as well. I'm going to save my stars, so when something new gets released, I can get it instantly and make profit of it. And I'm slowly going to start buying on these stickers, because I think that these will get discontinued rather soon than later. I'm expecting change to the armory, and quite significant one, until the end of the year. But these are just my opinions, my speculations. Maybe Valve don't think so. Maybe they go and do something completely different and it will not work out. Just to make it clear, this is not a financial advice. It is just what I'm going to do. Let me know what you think about this, if you think I'm wrong or if I'm right on these takes, and what you are going to be doing. That's everything for today. Thanks for making it all the way here, and I'll see you in the next one.